Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our show brought to you by Topoko Lodge. You need a spot for a corporate retreat, a family reunion, a church retreat, even a wedding. They do those up there too. Beautiful weddings. The Topoko Lodge is the place. They have great lodging and terrific food. They have the banquet rooms. They have really nice little cozy meeting rooms, a new one that's just beautiful right by the river. They even have a theater if you need that. Book your retreat, your get-together, your wedding at Topoko Lodge, topoko.com to learn more. All right, Josh, let's take a look at the 24/7 recruiting rankings here. It's not very pretty. UT currently 28th in the nation, and they have 11 commitments, 0 5-stars, just 6 4-stars. They rank 11th in the SEC, behind Alabama, LSU, Georgia, Florida, Texas A&M, Auburn, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, South Carolina, and Kentucky. Ahead of Arkansas, Missouri, and Vanderbilt. We've talked about this. It's like once a month we go back to this. Is it time for patience or is it time for panic? Josh Ward, you tell me.
I would say patience right now, as we are still in the
You're
middle
no
of summer.
fun.
I know. But realistically, it's not good when you have to make room for Tennessee on the graphic, right?
That's a good point.
Which is what had to happen there. Here's the good from the last month or so. Tennessee lands Cooper Mays, locally Knoxville Catholic, Keyshawn Lawrence in Nashville, one of the top players at his position, safety in the country. The not so good. Everybody else in the SEC, as you see, getting players as well. Tennessee just lost a couple days ago a commitment from Jordan Davis. He flips to Mississippi State. Not a huge surprise, but he's a good football player. That puts more emphasis on those guys up front. They've got to land a big collection of guys like Reggie Grimes, Jay Hardy, Tyler Barron, local prospect, Amari Thomas. Tennessee is in really good position with all of these highly touted offensive and defensive linemen, Chris Morris. But in the last couple of years, Tennessee's been in a really good position with a number of highly touted players. They missed on too many of them. They can't have that happen this year. That goes back to the earlier part of the show, the wins and losses on the field. They got to win some games this fall.
Vince, and let's talk about somebody who's already signed up and raring to go, transfer, Aubrey Solomon. More and more players are able to transfer and play right away. The NCAA is becoming more lenient, but they're not lenient for all. And this is stating the obvious, but the longer this goes with Aubrey Solomon, a defensive lineman that everyone has penciled in as a starter as soon as he is cleared, the longer this goes, the more you have to worry, don't you?
Yeah, there's no doubt, especially because with this being submitted by Tennessee quite a while ago, and you're still seeing others being decided on. Then the NCAA comes out and says they're being stricter with it. So you have to wonder, are they going to go on the old system, the old grade scale, or are they going to go to the new? They need them. They only have 3 returning starts on the defensive line, and as you mentioned before, I think he absolutely would start if he's eligible.
Yeah. Thoughts on Solomon's situation?
Got to have him to feel good, I would say.
I'm surprised they hadn't made a decision yet. You got a quarterback that can transfer in a week, if he's eligible. Why is it taking so long?
Well,
And the fact that it is, I think, is cause for concern. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't understand what could be hanging it up. How much different moving parts are there out there? Either he's got the stuff, he doesn't have the stuff. I mean,
Does
nothing
the
can
change in the NCAA language a couple of weeks ago affect his chances?
And it also, I just wonder, and this is just, I'm not an NCAA basher, but I do wonder, okay, are they sitting in a room somewhere saying, we're being awfully lenient. We got to pull somebody back. Him, and him, because all these cases are different. I get that. They're not all the same. People all think they should be treated the same. They're not. At the same time, why does one guy, it only takes a week and this one takes a couple of months? What's the deal with that? I just wonder if the NCAA is dartboarding it a little bit with some of these guys. I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, especially because it's not a full-time deal for them. They could very well do something like that. It also doesn't speak very positively or on D'Angelo Gibbs, because he doesn't have the argument of
Right.
moving closer to home like Aubrey Solomon does.
All right. Tennessee had a nice jump this year in the All Sports Directors Cup standings. Phil Fulmer's going to get a bonus for that. Is he going to share any of that money? Should he? We'll discuss. Coming back.